Okay, the next subject I want to get onto is I know you heard the story or heard this comment what came to first, the chicken or the egg, but my theory is that they both came first. The chicken had the egg inside of it. It just like we were born with the left part and the right part of our brain. It's just we were born with it. It was just automatically there, and somehow later on we separated it, and it was just all one from the beginning. Um, and what I mean by that is we can all at any time understand that we all are the creators of our own reality. We are the gods of our own universe, inside of a universe that God created. And what I mean by that is God gave us all, from the moment you were born, free will. Go ahead and look it up. Free will. Okay? Free will is what God has given us, and that's what we have at every single moment that we have. Before the age of innocence, after the age of innocence, 13, we are innocent. We have no real knowledge. We just look at life as what it is. And then 13 and so on, we start getting different feelings and emotions, and we get more conformed to try to fit in. And but our free will, we're basically taking it from ourselves because we don't understand that we have free will. And that right there becomes you're the source of your own chaos or success because of free will. Anything that you have in your reality is because you create there to be true. And me, I visit other people's realities. That's what I do. I visit other realities and even my own reality. In reality, like I told you, is what the mind perceives as true. You know, and the reality that you have is what you created. You created everything from the age of 13 until now. Not knowingly, you try to blame other people, but really you're the one who brought them into your world that you created. A lot of people have problems, a lot of in relationship, love, and life, and a lot of those problems, to be honest, was created by thyself, and that's because of you have the choice of free will. And everybody, you hear the stories of the angel and the devil on the shoulder, and it's the left and the right side of the brain. Actually, what it is. And each given moment, you have a fork in the road to either go this way or that way at each moment. Okay? And what you don't realize is from moment to moment is the rest of your life. If you would have passed away within that moment, the rest of your life, you would have been doing whatever you did in that moment. So think about that from moment to moment. Am I doing what I really want to do with my life? Am I really living my life to the fullest? If you're not waking up, this is one of my quotes. If you're not on the right path, then your soul is lost. Okay? And the reason why it's lost because you're not using your full potential of free will. That's what it is. I mean, hippies talked a lot about it. And of course, the government and everybody try to make them look bad because that's making a chance of them, the elite and all them being obsolete. If everybody's living free will and free love and free flowered children, of course they're looking down upon. That's everybody has a job. Okay, whether you know it or not, you have a job. The homeless people have a job. For the rich people, for the middle class, to strive to be rich so they won't be homeless. And it all circles around because sometimes you might even dedicate the homeless a little change or whatever. That's their job. They're getting paid to do their job. Everybody has a job from nature to mankind, you know? And people don't understand that. But it's your own free will is the real job that's the force behind everything. Your own free will. And that's the thing that God himself doesn't even have control of. Because he wants you to come to him in free will. And you're free willingly are the God of your own universe. And you can literally take that power and just do whatever you want. Arnold Schwarzenegger, I look up to him, and Bruce Lee, and these are people who, didn't even Bruce Lee, yeah, he was from the Bay Area, and he went, he went and came back, and he was going back and forth. But Arnold Schwarzenegger, he just came out here and just with nothing. I mean, they both did, but he just really just took his free will and his power and just ran with it, and that's the perfect. And we live in this country and ain't doing nothing. It's just a real trip to look at that perspective, man. I knew this one guy. His name was Rip, and he was my next door neighbor, and he would make so much beautiful things. He was a carpenter. He was a carpenter. He did a lot of stuff out of wood and just magnificent, just amazing things. And his name was Rip, and he always say every day I see him, every day is above ground is a blessing. So I never forgot that, because every day he lived it to the fullest. And one day he took off his gloves, and he only had 3 fingers. He only had 6 fingers. He was looking like a Ninja Turtle, man. I mean, he was doing up the West Side sign all the time. But I mean, he was just building stuff, like with his hands, and I'm tripping like, man, I got 10 hands, ain't doing as much as this dude. And he's just living life, and God rest his soul. Ironically, he passed away because he had a blood clot in his leg, and it went to his heart. And I say he lived his life to the fullest, man. And he made beautiful things to leave behind to show that. Ironically, his name was Rip, R.I.P. R.I.P. Rip. Love you, man. But like I said, we have free will to do whatever we want to do in this life and pass that knowledge on to the next life, which ancient Egyptians, they did. Nikola Tesla, he was one of the founders of our energy. A lot of people don't know that, but Smokey Brown, all these stupid people on the YouTube, but you don't understand how you even watching YouTube because of Nikola Tesla, And he took the ancient Egyptian knowledge, and he just brought that to the present, and it evolved to this life that we live in now. The reason how you even watching me, I'm talking on the cell phone. And it's just sad that because of his free will, he didn't want the money. They shut him down, because he just wanted everybody to have an interdependent community and society. And that was his free will, But look at how we living because of his free will and his heart, So big ups to Nikola Tesla, man. Thank you. We all should know that knowledge, and that's why I'm telling you. And like I said, everything comes back to thought, knowing thyself, and free will. You have to understand that, people. And when you're arguing, when you're going through stuff, or whatever your business or whatever you're trying to do, is because you didn't use your power to the fullest of free will. People can only do what you let them. And you can only do what you let yourself. Don't limit yourself. Be limitless. I love that movie, Limitless. Watch that movie. Deep movie. That's a movie of somebody who uses free will to the fullest. And that's actually one of my favorite movies right there. Check that out, Limitless. And we all have NZT inside of us. We all were born with it, and we took it away from ourselves, the knowledge. Being lazy. So take your free will back, take your life back, and just run with it, so we can have a better community, a better society, and a better life, and a better love. Keep flowing like water. Be like water. Always be flowing. Always be strong. Get into any crevice if you have to. Just, if that's what it takes to follow whatever drive or whatever destination you have to go. It's all free will. So remember, that's the reason why I'm keep repeating stuff to you guys, is because I'm using NLP, reverse psychology, back on you, because what the liberal media does, they keep conforming us, and it's all backwards, and they try to get us confused and everything. And if you ever notice, it's constantly just always on the brain, just all day, just da 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 da. And that's why kids are fighting, people are fighting, and and then, like I said, it's the Willie Lynch, and they don't have to worry about it, because we killing ourselves out. We fighting, we not, and that's why Monsanto and all these other corrupt corporations and pharmaceutical companies are staying in business, because we're the ones keeping them in business, because we're not starting our own business. And it's all of our business, because it all affects all of us. All this, because we're all connected. We're all water. We're all as one. So when I see people get hurt, like what happened on that train, the Amtrak, and this is, I just want to say this. I know this is a little off the subject of free will, but free willingly we letting that happen. Okay, and why was the train even made to go 106 when the speed limit was 70? Why is this? Okay, now why are cars made to go 120 when the speed limit is 75? Okay, why are trains made to go 106 when the speed limit is 80? I'm gonna tell you why. Because these companies, and they want to create fear. That's one. And these companies want to pitch their product. Now you can pitch your product without collateral damage, man. These are 8 lives gone on that Amtrak train because you want to pitch a product saying that now, well, we have to use computers to drive trains because they're getting us set up for the computers to run the companies and drive the trucks and all that type of stuff, you know. And it's just sad that these companies would actually risk people's lives to pitch a product, man. And not just that, don't make trains go 106. Don't make cars that go 120. Okay? There's innocent people dying. So the next cars that's gonna be made, could we please, somebody out there who can make a car, start making cars that only go, and this is to help junk drivers, this is to help everybody. But see, if you ever notice that if there's a constant problem, there's a reason why there's a constant problem. Okay? Because to be honest, it could have got fixed a long time ago. But if it would have got fixed a long time ago, they would have been broke a long time ago, the companies. Because nobody's needing their products, you know, that they're trying to pitch. So they create these problems and it causes a lot of collateral damage. People are losing lives because you making something that go faster than it's supposed to, so you can keep the doctors, pharmaceutical people in business, the manufacturers, all this, but you're risking people's lives to do it. Okay, now that's the problem I got, because I ride Amtrak all the time. I travel a lot, and I'm always on the train. You know, I don't live my life in fear, but the thing is it's easy to control you when you're in fear. You know, and that's why they're against hippies. That's why they're against people who want to just be free, people that smoke and people do their thing. Because when you're not afraid and you're using your free will, then you can't be controlled. You know, you can only be controlled when you're afraid. That's that Hitler stuff. Okay, look up Hitler, and he was half Jew himself. That's the cold part, you know. So, like I said, we need to really look into that and start building more cars and trains that go slower, just in case of an accident. You know, it's like, come on, people, common sense. Why would you make a car? You looking at, when you go in your car, to next time you go in your car, look at the speedometer meter, and you'll see that it goes 120. And then when you're driving on the freeway, look at the speed limit and it's 75. And just take a second, you know, just don't do it on my time, your time, just whenever time you have, just take a second. Why in the hell does my car go 120 when the speed limit is 75? I'll tell you why. Because it's keeping the tire companies in business, the car companies in business. It's everybody's business, except our personal business is getting jeopardized every day. I don't even want a car to go 120. Can I buy a car that don't go 120, please? You know what I'm saying? Come on, man. Can I get on the train that don't go 106 when they ain't got no business going 106? Come on, people, wake up. You know? It's like, and then I saw in the pharmaceutical company, I was watching this commercial. I just got to say this. Pitching products and, like I said, hurting people. This one of the side effects. Okay? Now, you're taking a pill to be alive, right? To live and better your life. You know, and that's why you're taking the pill. But one of the side effects was suicidal thoughts. Go ahead and take that in. One of the side effects of the medication. You might even see the commercials yourself. Just pay attention. They say, yeah, you're bleeding through your nose and your eyes. You know, they say a lot of little stuff. But this one just stuck out. I just caught it because they say it so quick. You know, read the small print too when y'all writing contracts and reading stuff and doing stuff. because terms of agreements, man, you don't know what you're doing. But one of the side effects, man, was was suicidal thoughts. Why in the hell would I want to take some medication to save my life that's gonna make me want to take my life? Like I said, it goes back to the train. Why is the train? Why am I going on the train to have a safe trip to save my life if it's gonna have a chance to take my life? Why am I getting in this car driving to save time and save my life if it maybe take my life because the damn thing go 120 when it ain't got no business going that fast? Why do we have cars and trains and vehicles that go faster than the speed limit? Because it keeps DMV in business. It keeps the jail in business. It keeps the pharmaceutical companies in business. But your business and your family's business and your life is getting jeopardized every day to keep them in business. I'm too through. But like I said, I know I'm getting hyped up, but just go ahead and take that in. And next time you're in the car, next time you're on the train, next time you watch a pharmaceutical commercial, just really listen. Just really look at what's really going on. Thank you. I'm John M. Webb.